What's happening, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Just Catching Up, a podcast of the Jump Drive Minds channel. I am your host, Sean, also known as the Alternative President, and I am joined by my co-host, who I will introduce now. First co-host, she's in her third evolution and still has no butt. It's Natalie.
You didn't have to add that last part.
That was nice. That was good.
Just kept it as is.
It's true, though.
It's and he's just woken up from his nap and he desperately needs his binky. It's Carlos.
Shut up. Not that young.
All right, starting things off with a little bit of
Give me a
business
nap.
again. This is an official podcast of the Jump Drive Minds channel. The format of the show is simple. It's just three or more friends gathering around a table to just catch up. I go over some interesting news stories, and then each of us brings a topic of discussion to go over with the group. And it's all for you, our faithful listeners. If you want to find us, you can and will find us on YouTube at Jump Drive Minds, on Twitter at Jump Minds, and on Facebook at facebook.com/Jump Drive Minds, all one word. Also, if you like our content and would like to help support us and help us in making more different shows and the like, please feel free to visit patreon.com/Jump Drive Minds and throw us a couple of bucks. It would certainly make my day and help me out with the boss, who is Ian, who is our editor. All right, so new segment. I'm starting this off with a new segment. So I'm adding a new segment in the show.
Okay. New segment.
Yeah. So I'm calling it Catch Us Up. So I want to know what you guys have been watching or reading or playing or whatever you've been up to since last episode. So we'll start with Carlos.
Oh, just I started listening to the audiobooks of the Lightning Thief series.
Okay.
It's been amazing.
All right. So you were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, it's great.
And you suggested to me that the protagonists of both of these series should get into a fight because you were suggesting that the one with the water powers.
So for the Heroes of Olympus, they introduced Jason, which is a son of Zeus, Jupiter, since it's Roman form.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah. So he has all of the powers you would expect. He can fly.
Right.
Lightning powers.
He has power over air.
Yeah. Pretty badass, honestly.
Yeah. And that's the guy I'm saying wouldn't fight.
Okay, yeah. Okay, but Poseidon, right? Just badass in all ways.
Let me lean forward because I don't know if the mic's catching you.
All right, so Poseidon.
Right.
I don't know. I feel Percy would definitely whoop Jason's ass. Percy's a son of Poseidon, and they have fought before, and it was kind of a tie. But if it had lasted longer, I think Percy would have won.
See, that's where I disagree because I'm saying Jason has power over the actual air.
But all they have to do is get near water, and Percy's almost unstoppable.
I mean,
so here's the thing. Jason can fly and stuff, but flying only gives you so much. Whereas when Percy's in water, he can summon a 10-foot tall wave to just knock someone down or drown someone.
That's still kind of like, you know how in Avatar, the only reason the firebenders won was because, hey, they have fire all the time. But if you get the waterbenders near some water, then they'll win.
But you can't burn someone. Jason can't burn someone with air.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff he can do with air.
Fly away.
And he doesn't have a restriction.
Yeah, but no, I mean, he
doesn't need to carry a bottle of Aquafina with him everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Hey, that wouldn't work very well either way.
Well, yeah, but see...
Also, you gotta stay hydrated, so...
because he's got power over the wind and the air, right?
Yeah.
So, basically, all he has to do is just suck all the air
But
out.
he can't.
Yeah,
His powers are limited. They don't make him, unstoppable either.
Okay, fine. Well, then, all he has to do is then he can blow some air.
Yeah, let me see.
He can blow some air at Percy, right?
But Percy can also conjure up storms. Yep.
But so could he, though.
So could he. So it would be both of them fighting with a similar power.
Yeah, but I still contend
But Jason would have the lightning.
Yeah, and he had lightning, which would, one, negate the whole water thing, because water is an excellent conductor for electricity.
But
and if
Percy
Percy's
would
in
be
the
able
water,
to control it. Percy can keep himself dry while he's in the water, though. Completely dry. The water doesn't touch him even if he's in the water.
Dang, to have that special ability.
Yeah, so it would just go around.
Okay, fine. Then all Jason would have to do is just blow wind at him, just like when you put your head out the window in a car and you can't breathe.
He can't blow it that fast.
I'm pretty sure you can.
All right, you know what? Let's look this up.
He has a horse literally made out of wind and clouds. I'm pretty sure.
Percy has a Pegasus.
Well, yeah, but if he can make a horse out of wind and clouds, and he can summon the storm, I'm pretty sure he can blow a wind fast enough to, make it so you can't breathe. Just saying.
Oh, that's
Water eventually evaporates too.
Yeah. See? Yeah,
so does air. Just kidding.
Air is already in its evaporated form. That's the kind of point. All right, Natalie, what have you been? Catch us up. What have you been doing?
I bought a new game, which is the Cartoon Network Battle Crashers, which I've been playing that. I regret about maybe 7 hours of my life so far. Wish I could take it back. I can't. Where you actually get to play as Cartoon Network characters in a battle brawl.
Yeah.
Where you kind of just take on enemies and level up and collect the gems and things like that.
Okay.
If I was an 8-year-old boy,
That'd be awesome.
then this would be mind-blowing.
But you're not an 8-year-old boy.
I'm not.
I mean, you have the butt of one, but you know.
Didn't need that part. Didn't need that part.
But you're not an 8-year-old boy though.
I do appreciate though that it does have Cartoon Network characters in it because I'm really into Steven Universe right now.
Well,
And you
everybody's.
can play with Steven Universe. Also, we had this discussion earlier. Uncle Grandpa,
Oh my goodness.
who
It's such a
remember
weird-
that.
who causes the whole issue to start with,
I remember
and
that.
it's confusing. And I don't think that show is very appropriate for children because are you my uncle but my father?
Well, I mean, that's
gross.
curious.
It's gross. It's gross.
That's interesting. So he's uncle, but he's also grandpa. So how would that work?
He's your uncle, but he's also your father's father.
So he's your father's father. So,
He's
but he's also your uncle.
Right,
So that
so
would
then-
mean that he's also your father's brother, right? Or your mother's brother.
no. Let's stick it to making it weird. It's your father's brother
So it's your father's brother. So
who
the-
slept with your mother to give birth to you.
to give birth to you. So your father's brother, and okay. So oh god, this is different. So then,
Oh,
but
God,
he would
this
also
made
be
me
your
sick.
father's. But your father would also be his son. So that would mean that Uncle Grandpa slept with his own mother, gave birth to a son, who in turn would be your father, and that would make him
It's
Uncle
too much.
Grandpa.
That's too much.
And that would be he would be my grandfather
right.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
that's
my
how Uncle Grandpa works.
All right.
All right, everybody, we solved the mystery of Cartoon
Well, I
Network's
have
Uncle
some
Grandpa.
answers about their powers.
Okay.
Okay,
Back to
so
Percy Jackson.
so Jason does have electricity powers, which of course Percy does not have. However, what they both have is let me see, I won't be able to pronounce it, but it's basically the elemental ability to create, control, and manipulate the air and wind in a variety of offensive and defensive ways.
So-
It is one of the first 4 elements that make up.
So what? Aerokinesis?
Yeah, you pronounced it easily, but
Yeah.
it's an ability it's an ability that the children of Zeus and Poseidon have. So Jason has the ability to fly and of course generate winds and
Well,
stuff.
okay.
But Percy also has the ability to create hurricanes and tornadoes.
Hmm.
So, what up, fellas? What up, fellas?
Get
But I
off
think I
Percy's
don't know.
dick.
Don't
But
tell me what to
can he do that like just anywhere, or can he only do that when
No, he
he's
can do it
surrounded
just
with water?
I'm sure he'd be a lot more powerful if he was in the water, because then if he ever needs to regenerate, he can literally.
But
he can just
then-
take a dip if he needs to
But
regenerate.
then
his
Jason's
strength.
would be more powerful than him if they were anywhere but water.
I'm sure his winds would be more powerful.
Okay,
but
so
the
showdown-
whole hurricane and tornado.
Okay, so let's do it this way. So showdown, half arena. So you got half water, half just regular. They're going head to head at the 50-yard line. All right, so standard football size. You got 50 yards of water, 50 yards of just regular,
What air?
just regular world. So
Well, I
it's
mean,
a regular
it-
football field.
It depends, because it depends on where you are. Because of course, if you're in the ocean, then Percy's gonna have.
Well,
the
see, that's what I'm
advantage.
saying. So he's
So you're
he's
gonna
got
have
he's got the full power of the ocean behind him.
Yeah.
But Jason also has the full power of just regular
Air.
world behind him.
Air.
Right.
But also, Percy does have a good amount of power of the air behind him.
So they're both on
So,
on their home turf.
Whereas Jason is useless in the water, Percy is still very powerful, both extremely powerful in water.
but
and very
Jason's on his home turf too. So they're both on their home turf. They're both got the full power of their home turf behind them.
Then Percy would win.
I don't think so.
Percy took down Kronos, son.
Well,
Kronos.
Jason took down a Titan as well.
Yeah,
if
but
you
not
recall correctly.
Kronos.
Yeah.
He took down Atlas, right? Or
I'm pretty sure. I can't remember which one.
Yeah, I gotta reread them, but
Yeah.
not Kronos.
They both took down the Titans at
Not
the
Big
same
Daddy
time.
K, or
Big Daddy K.
yeah. It's spelled differently in different.
I still like Jason better. Plus,
No, you
plus,
don't. How could you
plus-
like Jason better?
plus-
You were introduced to Percy first, you homie hopper.
plus Jason has a sister.
Okay, he has. Yeah, I think that's
He has an
technically
older
his
sister.
half sister though.
He has an older sister.
Oh yeah, Jason is younger. Thela.
So you like
Well,
him because
Percy
of his
has
hot
a-
older sister.
Well, I mean, he has a hot older sister, yeah, but his hot older sister would probably like,
Help him.
yeah.
She's pretty close to Percy too, and Percy has a brother that's a Cyclops, bro.
Yeah, but he's just a
I did not
Cyclops.
see that coming when I read that in the book. I was like, did I read that correctly?
You know what? On the audiobooks, they pronounce it Cyclopes.
Yeah, because they got that ES at the end.
Hmm.
Cyclops.
So,
Cyclopus.
are they correct or are we correct?
I don't know. I
I'm
honestly
gonna
don't know.
say
It's
that
all
we're
Greek.
always right.
Okay, yeah. I'm
mean-
just gonna keep going with Cyclops because,
I'm gonna go with Cyclops just because that's what I know.
yeah.
But you know, they could very well be right. I mean, they're
Yeah,
the ones
Cyclops.
writing the books.
And Cyclops have a
Or-
pretty
or
decent
doing it.
amount of powers too, as well as super strength and super speed.
Yeah, but Cyclops isn't also the daughter of Zeus.
No, but it's a great asset to have.
Yeah, but
And if we're just gonna talk about, wait, hold on.
Talia is also.
Hold
So
on.
you've got basically two children of Zeus / Jupiter
Versus-
one child.
No,
of
two
Poseidon.
children of Poseidon.
Well, okay, but Cyclops is like not even really a demigod. He's just Cyclops.
But he's still badass.
his only ability is he's kind of strong and has
Kind
one-
of strong.
and
Come
has
on,
one
Sean.
eye.
Kind of strong.
He's kind of strong.
Sean.
He's kind of strong. He's not.
Sean.
He's not as strong as Percy.
No, he's a lot stronger than Percy.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he is.
Like not like
He
power
can bend
wise.
metal with his hands.
Okay, fine. He's like
Straight,
physical-
like physically wise,
Yeah,
he's,
we're not-
he's a super
We're talking
being.
about like a physical strong, but I'm
Well, I
talking
mean,
about like powers.
I'm talking. Yeah, like Percy would be able to kill him, of course.
I mean, but Jason would just be like,
So
with
what?
the-
So
with
now
some
it's a
light-
tag team
with some
because
light.
because you found out that Jason couldn't beat Percy. You gotta throw in his sister.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're using all the tools at their disposal,
If we're using all the tools at their disposal, then Percy also has Annabeth.
yeah. But Jason has what's her face, the chick with the two dogs. One silver.
She's so
and
powerful and important that you don't even remember her name.
Reyna.
That's,
Reyna.
Reyna is
and
nothing-
He's
okay.
bringing the Roman Legion with him.
and he's bringing Camp Half-Blood and
I mean,
and
Camp
Chiron.
Half-Blood versus the Roman Legion. Though?
Yeah, Chiron though. You know that immortal centaur that trained Hercules and Theseus? Wait, Theseus? Or Perseus? Perseus. Possibly.
I still feel like Roman Legion would wipe the floor with them.
I still feel
Kind of like they did in real life.
Oh,
considering that
and
the Romans basically
Camp
conquered
Half-Blood
Greece.
has a god, Dionysus. Bam.
Wow, you guys really went so far with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
It was
did.
just
We went
supposed
way
to be-
further than I
And Percy
actually
has
intended
Mrs.
this to go.
O'Leary. Percy has Mrs. O'Leary, a giant hellhound.
All right, I'll let you have that one just because
Thank
we
you.
got to get on with
Because
the show.
I win.
This will continue
Made
later.
you proud, Mom.
All right, so
Only
on
time you
TV.
did.
all right, so moving on with the show. Before we can catch up, we got to do a rundown. So it's time to go over some news. First news story. Well, technically second, but this is the first actual news story of the day.
Okay.
New Gong Show. I don't know if you guys have heard about
New
this.
what?
The new Gong Show.
Nah.
You haven't heard about this?
Haven't.
All right. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but the Gong Show is making a comeback. Talent showcase show which began in the late 70s and continued into the 80s, and featuring a format similar to more recent shows like X Factor or America's Got Talent.
Okay.
However, this show had a twist. If you were deemed too bad, an act to continue, a large gong would be struck, indicating that it was time for you to go.
I remember the show.
Yeah. So
Back when you were
so
young.
apparently they're
Was it
bringing it
black
back.
and white?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like some of it was in black and white, some of it was in color. As I said, the show ran during the late 70s and 80s, and it produced some actually notable talents to the world. So some notable acts that appeared on the original show and went on to be successes was Cheryl Lynn, who's a famous singer, for her hit song "Gotta Be Real." I don't know if you guys heard of that one. Another famous person came from the show, Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, also the guy who, well, I don't know if it was I think it was the second Bozo the Clown. A band called
Terrifying.
Oink.
Terrifying.
Yeah, a band called Oingo Boingo, which is a band led by Danny Elfman, who will come up later in the show. But he went on to be a famous film composer. So he's done numerous film scores like Batman 1989. You remember the song, the theme of that movie. And then currently he's doing the Justice League, but we'll get back to that later. So, but he's got a lot of credits, but we'll talk about him a little bit later in the show anyway. But apparently this new version of the show has some interesting new twists, including Mike Meyers is pretending to be a man named Tommy Maitland, who's the host of the show. So basically it's
Kind of like the Anchorman?
well, I don't know. It's basically Mike Myers in a bunch of makeup and facial prosthesis, and he's pretending to actually be another person named Tommy Maitland. But everybody who's part of the show is like basically in on it and basically pretending that this is real, and like that Tommy Maitland is a real person. No, that's not Bozo the Clown. That's Pennywise the Clown, Carlos. It's the clown from It.
Just tell him that's Bozo. Just
No,
tell him that's
Bozo the Clown was an entertainer of people
I
and
could
children.
never be on those shows or be a judge on those shows, man. I would get my feelings hurt. I would go home and cry for a while, or I would hurt someone's feelings and make them go home and cry for a while. Couldn't do it.
No, yeah, well,
I'd be excited just to hit the gong.
yeah, I mean that's. But basically, Will Arnett, who's producing the show, and Mike Myers basically created this character with a fake backstory. It includes time in the British Navy, some films including westerns, and knockoff James Bond films. And
They gave him rank?
yeah, they did. And an Australian show called Dingo's Got the Baby, so which was unfortunately titled. My question is, what purpose does Mike Myers pretending to be this guy serve? Because there's just no answer. It's like they're literally just pretending that this Tommy Maitland person is real, and it's just everybody's going along with it. I mean, they've gotten to the point where like
Well, I mean, he's hilarious though. It's Austin Powers, baby.
Yeah,
Groovy, baby.
Yeah, which I would understand if it was him pretending to be Austin Powers
pretty sweet.
hosting the show, then everybody would be in on it.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, oh, it's Austin Powers hosting the show. This
Yeah.
makes sense. This is a character that we know.
You know what? You have a point.
And like he's pretending to be this guy. Basically, so there'll be scenarios where they've got to have somebody come out and basically explain to the audience that, hey, this is Mike Myers pretending to be Tommy Maitland. Everybody refer to him as Tommy Maitland. He's going to mention some catchphrases that are not really real. They're fake. They're made up catchphrases.
Yeah, I guess.
But just pretend that you know
maybe
them.
they're trying to make a new character like they did with Austin Powers.
Well, that's what I was gonna say with that's why I said Anchorman, because anytime now Ron Burgundy comes out,
Oh, yeah,
it's him.
Anchorman.
Everyone is like, he's gonna be an asshole. He already has the persona, and then when he changes back into Will Ferrell, it's like, oh, that's Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
That's what I think they're going
Will
for.
Ferrell behaves like an
Right.
asshole on TV
But
shows.
they have the benefit of having like an actual movie with Will Ferrell pretending to be that character
build off
in
on
it.
But now it is a character, so they have the show now to try and like bring this guy to life.
Yeah, but you're skipping the whole process of making that character
building the
relevant.
character
Yeah.
up.
It's like it's the point.
It's a ballsy move.
Yeah, like if Mike Myers were to pretend to be Austin Powers, for instance, or Wayne from Wayne's World, for instance, he could come out and just
do it.
do his
Everyone
actual
would know it,
catchphrases, and everyone would know.
I would love Austin
Nobody would
Powers.
have to come explain to me, okay, this is what his catchphrase is, and this is how you're supposed to respond to this catchphrase that we made up. He would be able to come out and be like, yeah, baby, yeah, and then everybody would just be like, yeah, baby, yeah.
I would. I would
exactly.
scream. I would cry.
Calm down.
So, I mean, that's what doesn't sit right with me. I'm like, why is he doing this? I mean, I guess it makes sense. What you're saying is that he's trying to create a character, but
yeah.
it's got the same.
Skipping the process.
It kind of feels the same way as like Universal trying to, make a monster universe like Marvel's doing with their superhero universe. Like that Mummy movie that was supposed to basically be the start of
That
a whole new
movie,
franchise.
I wasn't gonna watch it from the get go, and I'm glad it did terrible.
Yeah.
Because
And it did
they
terrible.
should've left it. They should've left it.
It did terrible because basically they tried to put the cart before the horse and try and create this whole cinematic universe with all these different monsters. But, you got to do the one thing first. You got to make a good movie first.
Yeah.
Before
Also,
you
I
can even-
don't know. Tom Cruise is kind of just like
Yeah, so,
not doing it for me.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was weird. But moving on, next story. So next story is Samurai Jack is Ashy's not gay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so apparently there was a Tumblr war between shippers over the fact that a character named Ashy turned out to be straight and became romantically involved with Samurai Jack.
Oh, with the new season.
Yeah, the new season, the last season that just came out. The issue came up because some people ship Ashy with another female character on the show named Flora, despite the fact that these two characters never actually meet on the show. At least to my knowledge, anyway. Basically, these shippers accuse the show creators and any defenders of the Jack and Ashley relationship of being homophobic. Those on the other side shot back, and the Tumblr naval battle between the Four Ashley crew and the Jassy Raiders began.
And
What are your thoughts on this or shipping in general?
Oh my god, all right, let's talk about shipping. I am a huge shipper of mostly fairy tale characters. My sister with Jack Frost and Elsa, which will never ship, so she pretty much bought tickets to Fantasy Island because that's the only place that ship's
I
going
normally ship through UPS. When I order, I don't have no idea. I'm sorry, I have no idea.
Okay, that's the problem though with the fandom. That as soon as like we get on our own little battleships, it starts becoming war of like, no, I don't want this person to be with this person.
Well, yeah, because no
Like,
one's ever going to be
accept it.
happy.
I'm sorry, accept
And then they're
it
gonna,
of how
and then
the
they're gonna
producers
throw,
want to
yeah,
do
then they're
it.
gonna throw out that you're gay, you're a homophobe card, you're racist,
You're a pedophile.
you're a Nazi,
You're
you hate,
closed-minded.
you hate black people. I am black. I've been black my entire life.
Okay, no, you don't want to talk about the whole Natsu and Lucy from Fairy Tale. That we're called Nalu, by the way. But like, clearly the show is heading toward them being together. But we still get hated on for the ship that will become canon, that it is gonna come real. Yet everyone wants to hate on this one ship, so I can understand why people are upset that what inevitably was gonna happen happened.
Yeah, I could hear that. Like it's kind of the same thing with like when Naruto was going on, and now there was a whole bunch of ships with that show, and how everybody got pissed off at the end of that series about how things ended up, or Harry Potter, or basically really any fandom that's come to a close now, and they've basically put a final stamp on this relationship is real and this relationship isn't, and
No one will ever be happy. No one
Yeah.
will ever be happy with how it turns out. I don't like the way Harry Potter turned out, but I have to accept it. And Naruto, I was afraid for a second because I thought my ship wasn't going to sail. And then when it did, I bought tickets for the premiere. I bought the movie poster.
Next story, Game of Thrones though. So the new
Okay.
season of Game of Thrones premieres July 16th, so not that long from now. And it looks amazing. So far, 2 trailers have been released, and they lay out what looks to be the most action-packed season ever, with potentially more battles this season than any other season combined, and with only 7 episodes to pack them all in. It looks like we're in for one hell of a roller coaster ride as the forces of Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, Cersei, and Jaime Lannister come to a head. What are your thoughts on Game of Thrones and the new seasons?
I am so excited to see Daenerys again because she is heading for war with her
my
ships.
goodness.
Oh my god.
Khaleesi's so hot, man.
He still
I mean,
wants to
she
call
really is,
her.
yeah.
He wants to call her by her married name.
Khaleesi is just like.
I mean, I
She's
am
pretty
ready
dope.
though. Do you see her? She's
I'm
got
ready.
her ships, her dragons, her council.
Damn,
Yeah,
you know what?
I mean,
I
she's
gotta
got-
catch up, man.
The interesting thing about this is that she's got, like you said, all the ships. She's got, the ships from
Of
the
course, she is.
Greyjoys.
She's a beautiful,
Yeah.
smart, successful, talented. She should marry me, lady.
She's got she's got the Greyjoy Navy. She's got the Unsullied Army. She's got the guys, the horse riders. What? God, help me out here. trying to think of their name. The Khalasar? Is that what they're called? Khalasar?
I'm only in season 4.
The Thraki. There we go.
Oh, the
Okay.
The Thraki horde. She's got them as her
Got the
foot
back?
soldiers. She's got the Unsullied. She's got the dragons, of course.
Yeah.
And then she's got what's her name's mom that Cersei blew up. Like in the most recent season, like the last, I want to say the last episode of this most recent season.
Can't remember, man.
The Tyrells, yeah. So the old lady Tyrell with Marjorie. Come on, you guys don't remember Marjorie?
Man, I'm still in season 4.
Oh, dude,
You
catch
didn't
up,
you didn't tell me.
dude, catch up, seriously.
You didn't tell me we're gonna.
Dude, it's like the next season is literally like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Well, she has a
well,
Lancaster on her side too.
So I
though.
have 2 weeks to catch up.
Oh yeah, she has Tyrion. Yeah,
Yeah, so now she's got him on her side
Of
now.
course she does.
she's got Tyrion Lannister on her
She
side.
have me
So
on her side too.
Yeah,
Any
I
side
mean-
And he
she
pretty
wants.
much knows his family. Like he knows them really well, so she's got an advantage over them now.
But my thing is, the most interesting part of this is that she's coming over there to basically fight with Cersei, and Cersei's getting whatever she's got ready to fight her. Both of them are basically just looking forward to a war with each other, and they have no freaking idea that there's another war coming from the north.
From the north, right?
Yeah, they have no idea. I mean, White Walkers have like the biggest armies,
Yeah.
probably bigger than either of them combined, because every single dead person just rises up and becomes another one of the White Walkers' armies.
Zombies.
Yeah, so they've got an army of zombies on the other side of that wall, and that wall is the only thing that's keeping them there. And I'm pretty sure that as soon as Bran crosses that wall, they'll be able to cross that wall.
Well, I have a problem too that like Cersei now has nothing to hold her back because all
Yeah.
she wanted was her kids on the throne, and now that they're gone, it's pretty much like, well, what do I have to lose now?
Well, she had her
can
kids.
just go all out.
Well, I'm figuring she had her kids, and that was her access to power, right? So now that they're not there, and she just has the power anyway, what's she gonna like? She's just gonna go full on psycho. There's nothing.
Oh, she is. She is. Did you see the ending scene where she's just sitting there?
Yeah.
Like she looks like death itself,
And I
sitting
mean,
on the throne.
and I mean, the thing is that when Jamie Lannister, or Jamie comes back and he like looks at her and he's like, "What the f did
He doesn't
you do?"
recognize her. He doesn't recognize her because he knows he can't control her now.
Yeah, I mean, she basically flat out did what he killed the Mad King for. You know, like because she blew up the freaking the sept.
Yeah.
So like,
she blew up everybody.
yeah, she like killed everybody in there, including all the innocent people, you know, that were in there. So I mean, she basically,
Nice.
you know, she's basically the Mad Queen, you know, and he killed the last king for doing, you know, for not
Crazy
for thinking about doing what she actually did.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then you got to take it to the fact that there's that whole prophecy that when she went to that witch, and then the witch told her, you know, like all your kids are gonna die,
Nice.
and your little brother's gonna kill you. It's like, which little brother? Because now it's like, yeah, there's Tyrion, but is Jamie technically born after her?
Yeah, because remember they're twins,
Twins.
so you don't know who's the youngest.
Yeah. So and then she's like, she used the term basically just said little brother. Well, that's what the term
Maybe she actually
translated
meant
as.
like little in stature. You're little.
That's what people
No, that's
thought,
what she
but
took it as.
Oh,
That's what
What
she
if
took it
as
as.
a twist? It's actually
That's
it's just
crazy.
your younger
Yeah.
brother. Because the Val, so I think the phrase was Valankar, which was like translated as little brother.
Of course,
So-
though, it looks like though that the little brother is coming to get her because
Yeah.
he's coming with an army.
And
I
that's
would hope
and
so,
I'm
though,
thinking
'cause,
that's
like,
what
always
she's
been such a big old bitch to him.
yeah, and I'm thinking that's what she expects.
Big old
But
bitch to him.
but I'm thinking that's what she expects. She's expecting Tyrion to come back and be the threat to her life. But I'm thinking she's not going to see the actual
The
threat.
threat, yeah.
Is going to be Jamie.
Well, I can't wait to see Jon Snow and Daenerys meet up because that's going to be.
I can't wait till they make
Awesome.
beautiful babies, and if I can't have her, he can.
Beautiful Targaryen babies
Oh my goodness.
who
Well,
have
see, that's
dragons.
well, see,
They would
that's the
rule
thing.
so
Can
fiercely,
she
too.
even
'Cause Jon
have any
Snow.
kids? Because remember that one lady did the curse, which caused her kid to come out like all weird.
But that was because she purposely wanted to mess with her kid because she just took over her village and she thought, okay, I showed her pity by preventing the guy from raping her. She's gonna be on my side now. But she purposely wanted to mess with her. That's why she had her burned.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking, you know, what if she didn't just mess
Like,
with
actually
that
cursed
kid?
her, cursed
yeah,
her.
What if she cursed her like whole thing?
Jon Snow's purity would override that.
Actually, I'm kind of on his side with
Yeah,
this one.
that man is
Like,
beautiful.
I think that yeah,
With a beard.
maybe that other one was cursed, but together they would make a bloodline so strong. with
Right.
just a horde of dragons along with them.
Right? And fair, because Jon Snow is fair and
But
beautiful.
Jon Snow was dead once, and now he's come back.
It doesn't stop the sperm cells.
What if it does?
Wait,
He thinks he can't get it on now.
yeah, okay. He came back with erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, maybe. You don't know.
Shit,
Could
they
have.
They have like,
You have a choice. Come back, but you can never.
You
Get
won't be able to,
erection
you
again.
won't
you know,
be
I'm
able to
good
get it
here.
up.
I'm good here.
You sure?
I'm good.
You sure?
Thank you. I'll pass.
The gate's open.
You're
I'm
sure-
good.
You'll be rich.
You know,
You
no,
could,
it's okay.
you could be king of the
I
north.
won't be rich in sex. No,
Everyone will call you king of the
king
north.
of the flaccid north.
They'll call you. They'll call you king of the north, loud and
They're
loud
calling
and
Carl-
long.
they'll call me
Immortal
Carlos the
life.
Flaccid.
Immortal life. This is my last offer.
You can give me a immortal life, but not a hard. Like what? Come on.
All right, well, I mean, you know,
Okay,
that's,
the gates of hell are closing now.
All right,
okay?
that's fine.
it's closing.
sure?
I can get hard in hell.
Is this your final answer?
I'll leave the keys right here, though.
I'm
in case
happy
you
to
change
set
your
you
We'll
mind.
just leave the
Jagged
keys.
rock right now.
You know what? You know what? Just whenever you want to go out there, you're good. Just go on out there. I'll just
go
leave
out
the
when
keys.
Viagra's invented.
Keys to life and death right here. You can just go whenever you want. The
You know what?
offer's open.
You know, I'm just gonna push you out. I'm just gonna push you out.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
just
okay.
you know what? Just get out of here. Just you know what? You can't stay here.
You piss me off.
I'm Satan, and I literally say you can't stay here. Get out of hell.
Well, gonna have
You know, a lot of people say go to hell. No, I'm telling you, get out.
Well, that would be a worse punishment actually than hell. So you're
What,
a
get out of
genius,
hell?
Satan. Yeah,
Oh,
'cause I
to
can
go
get.
and live in a mortal life where he can't get hard.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that-
dude.
Oh man, that would kind
Right?
of suck.
Yo,
I was just joking. I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it this whole time, but now that I'm thinking about
a
it.
terrible story that this is gonna get to you. I know it's gonna get to you because you're a guy.
Okay.
My brother was taking some class for some CPR certification class, and this EMT was there. He was teaching them. He was like telling them a story about when he had to respond to a baby that was running around naked and got bit by a dog. He shows up. Turns out he got bit by a dog on his member,
Ow.
and the dog bit it off,
Ah,
and they couldn't find him.
but
The
so
baby was running around naked.
so wait, so the baby got
Bit by a dog.
got its sting bit off by the dog.
Bitten off by a dog.
How?
So pretty much
Ow.
that was
Yeah,
that's
I said the
Carlos
same
Gonzalez
thing.
And the
there.
baby was running around.
Yeah.
It wasn't just lying there
No, it wasn't
crying.
around.
Because I'd be lying there crying. I'm a
I was
grown
like-
man.
Right? I would just shoot myself. Don't try to save me. If you are, listen, guys.
I mean, there's got to be something you can, I mean, technology has come a
Strap on.
long way. I mean, there's got to be something they can
Okay.
really.
Fancy strap on?
Don't give us too much credit, okay?
I mean,
Somebody crashed because they were trying to get that speedometer on Snapchat. We're not that far off.
Yeah, we're
I mean,
not.
it's- but I mean, it's 2017. There's got to
at
be
this
some kind of
point,
fake
the movie,
fake
what was it
schlong
called?
that they could.
Idiocracy?
Idiocracy, yeah.
That looks like a bright future for us at this point. So let's just.
I
just
mean,
not
yeah.
get our hopes up too
I mean,
high.
That
I'd be
wasn't
happy
a
with.
movie, that was a prophecy.
Well, I
Right.
mean, at this point, I'd be happy with Terry Crews as the president.
Exactly, because you know what?
It'd be a step up from what we've got now.
I don't know who I heard saying it, but it was like, at least with them, they valued people that were smart. When that guy passed that stupid test with putting the right shape in the right box, you get me?
Yeah.
They immediately put him in the government to work.
Well,
So
yeah.
and
I mean-
they had a black president too, and no one said shit about it. It's like, man, they were
Well,
a
I mean-
lot more ahead than we are.
Their black president was Terry Crews, though,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything about
that dude is awesome.
He was amazing.
And he
Yeah.
had guns.
And he had guns.
Lots of guns.
Obama had nuclear weapons.
Yeah, all over. Terry Crews president. Was it Hector Elizondo Cruz?
Oh,
Whatever
yeah.
his name was.
That was hilarious.
He had literally guns
On him.
right
I know,
next
I know,
to
I know.
on his person.
But still, like,
Like he used the guns to make everybody shut up.
We went from a fictional war to the one that's probably about to happen sooner or later.
but for real though,
I mean, yeah.
Idiocracy 2027,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Oh,
We'll
That's when
take
it
it.
starts. That's when it starts.
Okay, well, just look out for
After Trump's fourth
Gatorade.
term, after his fourth term, he'll.
So you're saying after Trump does whatever he's gonna do, that Gatorade is gonna outlaw water?
It'll be called Trumperade at that point.
All right, move on.
He'll have little bits of his wig and every bottle.
Rondo. Moving on, Han Solo prequel film loses its directors is the next story. So I don't know if you've
Wait,
heard.
what?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, famous for the Lego Movie and both of the 21 Jump Street films, have been removed as the directors for the upcoming Han Solo film. Various news outlets have reported that their departure was issued from Kathleen Kennedy, who's the current president of Lucasfilm, which is the production company in charge of Star Wars and Indiana Jones properties, in addition to others. It's been rumored that the dismissal of the directorial pair may have been at least initiated by the film star Alden Ehrenreich, I believe is his name, who will be playing the young Han Solo in the film. It's said that he voiced concerns to producers about the director's style, which, according to rumors, was more ad-libbed and off-script than he was comfortable performing in. Claims have been made that this would have led to a film closer in style to Ace Ventura rather than what people have come to expect from a Star Wars film. The concerns were then brought to the attention of the film's writers, Lawrence Kasdan and his son John Kasdan, who agreed and brought them to Kennedy, who apparently, after discussing it with Lord and Miller, and after watching a rough assembly cut of the film, which was rumored to have been described as disjointed and likened to a series of loosely connected sketches, she decided that the best decision was to let the pair go from the project due to creative differences. Further reports regarding the replacement of an editor mid-project and the hiring of an acting coach for the lead actor, Alden Ehrenreich, may suggest more problems. So with only about 3 weeks left to go of principal photography, not counting the already scheduled 5 weeks of reshoots coming up, Kennedy replaced Lord and Miller with director Ron Howard, who directed The Da Vinci Code and Apollo 13. So what are your thoughts on the troubled Han Solo project?
I don't know. I feel like she made the right move. Just like with some movies and some shows, you want a lot of like improv, like The Office.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just praying that at least half of that was improv. But like with something like this, it has to be very well scripted. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, this is a Star Wars movie. This
yeah,
is
exactly.
this is Han Solo.
Like a good joke every now and then, excellent. But if it's resembling Ace Ventura,
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's gonna be questionable.
yeah,
I love
exactly.
those movies though. Let me tell
amazing.
you.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
I
my
watched it so
gosh.
many times as a kid.
Yeah.
I
mean,
still quote it.
Where he
sometimes.
like bends over and he uses his butt. to-
Don't take me out, coach. I can still play.
right. But I'm just saying, like, you don't want Han Solo doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of
Yeah.
weird. You can't
Yeah.
imagine. I can't even imagine Harrison Ford doing any of that kind of
Yeah,
garbage.
no.
So, I mean, I think they also made the right decision there. But I'm interested because some people see it as basically, the studio basically exerting way too much control, and basically, trying to shut out directors' creativity. So
Don't say that when they give you your fat paycheck. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's true.
that's true. I mean, well, I was curious as what you guys might think about that because basically they've only got 8 weeks left to shoot this movie, and they've been basically shooting this movie since the beginning of January.
Damn.
So now they've got like 8 weeks left to.
To fix everything and essentially, are they starting from scratch?
I don't know. That's the thing. Nobody knows. Like some people say that there's good footage there that they can use, but how much?
That's difficult. That's gonna be very hard to do.
So they've got.
the 8 weeks worth of editing.
Yeah, 8 weeks worth of editing and then reshooting.
Well,
and-
while they're shooting it.
exactly.
So they've got 8 weeks worth. I mean, they could
Yeah.
edit it, all the way up until they release the film, essentially. But
So how many? Do you happen to know how many films they're currently working on right now, or how many projects they have planned?
what for just Lucasfilm?
Yeah, because I know like as soon as Disney bought it, they started working on like 20 different things.
Well, I think Lucasfilm is working on this movie, Han Solo. They probably finishing up editing on Episode 8, which is Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And then probably getting ready to start work on Episode 9. Yeah, which is going to be the
great
last
next few
movie of
years,
this.
man.
So basically, Episode 8 started filming almost
Movie-wise.
essentially like shortly after Episode 7 was released. Because I remember seeing like a video. I want to say it was in January where they were basically, because Episode 8 pretty much starts exactly where Episode 7 left off, with Rey and Luke on that island.
Oh, nice.
So there was a video of them back on that island, and the new
Nice.
director basically saying like, "This is the first day of shooting. Okay, we're starting. Let's make a Star Wars movie."
Yeah.
So that was like shortly after they start. That was shortly after they released Episode 7. So
Nice.
the Episode 7 was released in December, so I think that was like January of the following year, of this year. So last year, January of last year. Sorry. So yeah, right now I think they're only actively working on finishing up the editing of that movie, Episode 8, and then whatever this mess is going on with Han Solo.
Okay.
But then there's talking about them. I think they're in pre-production also on an Indiana Jones movie too.
Oh, that would be great, but it's gonna be his last one if he's in it.
Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but they've been talking about that one for a while.
What do you guys think about the Crystal Skull?
Garbage movie.
Yeah. So I feel like they're gonna take that route again,
I don't think
and this
so.
is gonna just ruin his legacy.
I don't think so. I think they learned their lesson. I think they know they can't necessarily do that.
Oh, you mean add aliens at the very end?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Didn't you see Crystal Skull?
No, I didn't see Crystal
It's kind of
Skull.
like
I
we
was
had
like
a normal day,
7.
like running from bad guys,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
shooting guns,
So
and then
imagine-
all of a sudden,
aliens. What's
So
that?
imagine like Indiana Jones and the not Temple of Doom, but Raiders. Let's imagine Raiders of the Lost
Yeah.
Ark. So you're watching Raiders of the Lost Ark essentially.
Okay.
But then instead of when they open the box and the powers of God come out of the Ark of the Covenant, it's aliens. Actual like big head, big eyed aliens.
coming down to like kidnap you or probe you or whatever.
And instead of the power of Jesus melting your face off, like what happened in Raiders or the one about Holy Grail, it's aliens shooting knowledge into your head.
Huh.
So much so that you
Yeah, that
destroys
seems
you.
really, really weird.
Yeah.
Very out of place.
Aliens.
It was that guy from the Discovery Channel. He was like, you know what you guys need to put in there?
Aliens.
Aliens.
You know what? I like your hair. Let's do it.
Aliens. This everything is aliens.
You look like you know what you're talking about.
Aliens.
Next story. The Transformers soars overseas but crashes and burns in America.
The transfer what?
Yeah, so the latest entry in the ongoing Transformers franchise did pretty well in overseas markets by bringing in an opening of $196.2 million, but not so well stateside, only pulling in a $69.1 million opening, which seems okay before you consider the fact that, one, all the other movies in the franchise have opened at $97 million or above, and two, this film had a 5-day opening and still pulled in a lower box office opening than all the other films, even without being adjusted for inflation. And they only had a traditional 3-day opening for all of those movies.
Well, I really think they need to stop.
So the movie's already doing poorly critically with the current Metacritic score of about 28. At least that's what it was at when I wrote this, which is the lowest in the franchise, with all the other films maintaining a score of at least over 30. What are your thoughts on this latest outing or on the franchise as a whole?
I think they should have stopped after Shia LaBeouf was done with it. Like maybe one or two. Okay, maybe one movie after, but that's like.
So the Mark Wahlberg movie should have been the first Mark Wahlberg movie. Should have been the last one. Is what
Yeah,
I think they should have started with the Mark Wahlberg movie and never turned in
or like
Megan Fox, because again, it looked like the
Shia
whole.
LaBeouf is an awesome actor. He's a little cuckoo, but
Anyways.
and he's good looking.
Well, my only problem with the series as a
Megan
whole
Fox
is. My only problem with the series as a whole is the sense that it's all the same movie over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
see
always, okay, here's some magical Cybertron artifact that we've got to go get.
Yeah.
And that's going to save the world from the Decepticons. But essentially, the Decepticons were only the bad guys in, like, the first movie. And, like, ever since then, it's always been something else.
Or it's been like, oh, the people are turning against
Oh
the
yeah, the
Autobots.
government. Yeah.
Or like some artifact
Or
turns
old
somebody
Decepticon.
evil.
Yeah.
So, like, essentially, it was, the first one was, okay, Megatron is trying to get the Allspark. All right, let's go get the Allspark before Megatron.
Pretty much.
Fair. Okay, that was a good movie. Second movie was, The Fallen? And there was something in the pyramid?
Yeah.
The Transformers have been here for, like, thousands of years, even though...
Isn't this movie too that just came out pretty much talking about how they've been here for like...
Yeah, but every time it's like, oh, they've been here for thousands of years, but no, they haven't. But yes, they have, and somehow we keep forgetting about that. The fact that they've been here for thousands of years. It's like every time they tell them they've been here for thousands of years, it's supposedly some kind of revelation, and it's like, but they said that in the last movie that they've been here for thousands of years. What, did you just forget?
I really liked though the one with the Dinobots.
Well, that was the one before this one.
Yeah.
But they were only on the screen for like 5 minutes.
I know, but I still loved them. They were adorable.
Okay, it was cool, but it's just kind of like stupid at this point. Like, why are you guys still going on?
That's my problem with it, is that every single one of these movies has some kind of a hook to get people in. Like, last movie was the Dinobots.
Yeah.
And like the movie before that, it was like this giant ass robot.
Yeah.
Like, that was like throwing other Transformers around. Like, they were in like China or something, and there was like this giant robot that just showed up and started throwing the Transformers around. And that was like at the end of the trailer, and that's what got people in.
And this new one is what?
He has a giant
This
sword.
new one is a dragon.
He has a sword.
But isn't it Optimus Prime against them now too?
Yeah, this new one is like Optimus Prime is bad,
Wait, really?
and he's gonna fight Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Why?
But
why?
he only fights Bumblebee for like, there's like one fight, and it's only lasts for like 5 minutes, and then he's good again. But Optimus Prime is only in the movie for like 10 minutes tops.
Yeah, and the things you go to see the movie for.
Yeah, they're not there. They're only there, like the one I was talking about with the big robot that was throwing the other Transformers around. That's literally like one scene in the movie.
So what is the storyline in this movie? In this new one?
I don't even know. I gotta be honest with you. It's because it's all the same storyline, but they change like little tiny bits of it.
Yeah.
It's always essentially it's, oh, there's some mystical artifact. You got to get it before the bad guys do.
Oh yeah, that is.
I mean, that's the.
Is Mark Wahlberg in this one as well? Or
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's in this, and apparently Mark Wahlberg is Autobot Jesus.
What?
Apparently, something happens. The government doesn't trust Transformers again.
Okay.
Yeah, like because that was the thing last time.
That's
But the
always the
Transformers, like I don't
Save
understand.
their asses.
It's like the Transformers saved them from everything that was going on last time, but you still don't trust them. But now you don't trust them again. And now Mark Wahlberg is Autobot Jesus.
Honestly, though, if I was Optimus Prime, man, I would have taken over the world by now.
Yeah,
This is why you're not going to be a Transformer.
just because like all of the freaking betrayals by the humans, like all the time. Jesus Christ.
you mean Mark Wahlberg, because Mark Wahlberg is Autobot Jesus.
Okay, please explain that to me.
Okay, so apparently in this movie, Mark Wahlberg gets like this sort of pendant,
Okay.
and basically the pendant can summon the sword Excalibur, which apparently is also some kind of Cybertronian weapon. And apparently the deal is they've got to go get Merlin's staff, which is also apparently some kind of Cybertronian weapon, because if you take Merlin's staff and put it in Stonehenge, then it's going to bring Cybertron to Earth, which I swear to God is the plot of the third movie.
Yeah, I thought they already did that.
Where they had this beacon thing that Optimus Prime's, predecessor, I think is Rodimus Prime or whatever his name was, was going to bring Cybertron to Earth in the third movie. So basically this movie is the third movie mixed in with elements of the second movie and fourth movie, and that's it. And apparently Earth is Unicron. So
Unicron?
yeah, so apparently Unicron in the cartoon Transformers movie is a giant planet-sized transformer. So apparently, in this movie, Earth is the giant planet-sized transformer.
So we're living on a Transformer.
We're living on a transformer. But see, the thing is, you can never see Unicron at that point then, because if Unicron ever actually shows up, then the Earth will be destroyed because, we're on him.
Yeah.
So why would you? It makes no sense to
Yeah,
me why they
right.
would do that. It's like somebody was like, "What can we put in this movie that'll make people come see it?" Unicron. Okay,
Earth.
what's Unicron?
Earth.
Unicron is a giant planet-sized transformer. Oh, let's make it Earth.
Aliens.
I
It's
feel-
the same guy that threw an aliens pitch.
Yeah, I feel like somebody put together an actual movie and basically just added Transformers into the actual movie here. That's what this feels like to me. But yeah, who am I? Who am I? I'm just a guy running a podcast. So
Stay humble.
next story, Junkie XL is replaced as composer on the Justice League movie. So I keep getting about people being replaced on movies this podcast, but apparently that's what's been going on this month. So last episode we talked about how Zack Snyder left the Justice League project, but it seems the story is still unfolding. So while we did mention that Joss Whedon, who is the director of The Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron, had replaced Snyder on the film, it was said that his role was to be very minimal and that he was only going to be guiding the film through some simple reshoots and remaining post-production. However, it seems that this is not the case, as Whedon has since replaced the composer of the film, Junkie XL, aka Tom Holkenborg, with veteran film composer Danny Elfman. Told you we were going to mention him later. Guy who did Batman, Batman Returns, Beetlejuice,
Nice.
Mission Impossible, Men in Black, Avengers, Age of Ultron,
Okay.
among many others. He currently has like 107 credits as a composer on IMDb, including Justice League. So it may not seem like a big deal, but as any student of film can tell you, music can and does affect the film's tone a great deal. And since it was said by Warner Brothers executives that Whedon was going to be sticking to the project with Zack Snyder's tone for the rest of the film, it comes as a big surprise to many that this level of creative control has been given to someone who is just supposed to, quote, finish the film like
Yeah.
Snyder would. So, end quote. So what are your thoughts on this news and the state of the Justice League film?
Well, again, it looks like everyone's jumping ship from this production even before it actually gets started because they saw how much it bombed before.
Right. So I'm thinking Wonder Woman was really good.
Yeah.
So, obviously
Superman was really good.
Together, though,
Man of Steel, yeah.
Man of Steel was really good.
they're doing great apart. Together,
So you don't think this movie's going to be any good at all?
I don't think so. And I think that when Ben Affleck's involved as Batman, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
he wasn't the perfect choice.
He was.
So you guys didn't
Ever
like
since Alfred too, man.
So you guys didn't like Ben Affleck as Batman?
No, I did
No.
not. I did not
He
like.
was not. He was not the good choice for
Right,
that.
not like Ben Affleck.
So what do you think? Who should
I
be
like
Batman?
Christian Bale as Batman.
Well, I mean, barring Christian Bale, because he's obviously not coming back. Who
I
do you
know,
think?
I know.
Who you think would be a better?
better Batman?
Yeah, like just
Snap.
any actor in the world. Go.
Okay, let me think.
Because I personally, I thought he was all right. I didn't think he was really that bad.
He doesn't portray those.
But you know, hold on.
divine-
I rewatched the Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice,
Yeah.
and he is a jackass.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking,
He's just an idiot all around.
oh yeah,
He's talking about you have to be ready to fight. I have a feeling things are coming. You mean like how you came after Superman? You mean how you almost killed Superman, and now that he's dead, you feel sad, even though like 30 minutes ago you were trying to kill him. And also, they saw this guy, or they must have known this guy just took an atomic bomb, like head
Yeah.
on, and he lived. Why did they try? Why didn't they just try a few more things to
What?
to bring him back to life?
oh Superman.
Yeah. Also,
Well, I mean,
you're-
he was stabbed in the
if he
chest.
knows, no, hold on.
He also
if-
can
hold on.
stop a train. with
Exactly.
his Finger.
If he knows Superman's greatest weakness is kryptonite, then how does he not know? Hey, let me just sunbathe this guy. Maybe it'll work.
Well, I mean, do we know? Like, I don't know if they make it clear that his powers come from the sun.
But how is he gonna know that this foreign object is gonna weaken? This
Well, I mean,
guy-
I think that was established by the fact that Lex Luthor was after it.
But he did steal it from Lex Luthor. Didn't he?
Yeah, because Lex Luthor was the guy he was chasing through the whole movie. They kept calling him the White Portuguese or whatever. So he was chasing Lex Luthor through the whole movie,
I don't know, man.
basically trying to
They're
get
just-
this rock.
They could have done something.
No. Okay, so I think I would have picked Keanu Reeves. 'Cause he probably would have done great.
I don't know.
Keanu Reeves.
Who's
Keanu Reeves,
Keanu
Matrix, Neo,
okay? Yeah.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very bad with actors, but with their names. But yeah.
I think
So-
he would have done a way better job.
Yeah.
Really? Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
I think
as
he would have had to
Batman?
buff up though. Definitely had to like.
Oh, don't worry,
bulk
he'd
up.
be able to do that.
Yeah, he
Well,
would.
I mean, he can't. I'm
Hey,
not
calm
putting.
down. Dang.
Like I'm gonna put it past him. I mean, the guy,
Fire
the guy
extinguisher.
trains like religiously.
Yeah?
He's notorious for being like really on point when it comes to like training and,
And a
stuff
good
like that.
human being and a kind
Yeah, and a humble
soul
guy.
and smart
Yeah.
as hell and handsome.
You're not gonna get him, okay?
Let me
Well,
have
I mean, no, this is
I'm
fan
gonna get-
casting at this point because she said she didn't like Ben
Fine.
Affleck, so
Khaleesi. For me.
as Batman.
No, that's my wife.
Oh,
we're not trying
I'm
to
sorry.
cast.
I thought that's what we were
Okay,
doing.
first of all, I'm not sure your actual wife would appreciate that.
She would understand.
She understands that you're gonna leave her for Khaleesi at any given time.
She would want me to leave her. Okay, I wouldn't leave her.
That's on your list.
but she
so that's
would
your
want
list.
me to.
So
She
that's
would
your
leave me
list.
for Khaleesi too.
if anything, it'd be a war between the two of them.
Yeah, exactly. She'd be like, "What? She chose you?"
So you two would get into a fight over which one of you
Khaleesi.
would get to be with
And
Khaleesi.
then we would both be her sex slaves. But she would also have conversations.
Well,
with
which
us.
one of you would survive that? If you hypothetical situation now, if you and your wife got into a fight over Khaleesi, which one of you would win? Now remember, the goal is Khaleesi, so you're both going all out
I would.
as you
win.
do.
I gotta admit,
I would
when he
win.
sets his mind to something, he'll fight dirty.
I have talents.
He'll use any
Everything.
means possible.
Also, I'm a good arguer. See, watch this. Natalie insult me.
Your mom.
So's her face. Bam.
Okay, well, we're not talking about verbal combat.
Yeah,
We're
it's
talking you
I'm-
were
that-
talking
that's
both
just
of
an
you at
example.
opposite ends of a football field, charging into each other to do Mortal Kombat.
Me?
Let's go.
What?
He'd
I
probably
would
get-
totally win.
He'd probably get tired trying to meet her in the middle.
So would she. We're both not exactly. Okay,
All right,
we just
much
go on
smaller.
dates and-
So Pee Wee football field.
Do it
no,
like
it's
a
smaller.
kindergarten classroom, the size of a kindergarten.
do like-
So both of you are at opposite ends.
Maybe a
of-
storage closet. That was.
So both of you are at opposite ends of a storage closet.
Yeah.
and you
We're not.
have to meet in the middle of the
healthiest
storage
people.
closet. Mortal Kombat.
Me. I would win.
So the guy comes out, fight.
I would win.
And you're saying you
I
would
would win. Also, it's for Khaleesi, man.
I mean, he's Hispanic. He knows his way around a broom closet.
Nice.
That's true.
And
I believe that.
you know your way around the corner, you prostitute. So.
Your mom said hi, by the way.
Yeah, well, she was paying you off.
You were gonna say when she was blowing someone.
No, what? No, it wasn't. Why would I say that?
Okay, moving on. So basically, the end of that was that. So we're assuming Ben Affleck is not as good as Keanu Reeves as an actor.
That or what is it? Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
So wait,
From what?
I'm trying to think.
Where's he
Colin
from?
Farrell was. Did you see Daredevil movie?
Yeah.
Bullseye.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of him right now. I know he's
Yeah.
in a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's all I can.
Possibly.
My favorite, you know what?
He was in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him.
Yes, thank you. He was in Fantastic Beasts.
I mean, 'cause
Yeah.
he plays some characters that are funny, but then they get serious.
You know what?
Okay,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree with that because Fright Night. I don't know if you ever saw that one where he plays a vampire. That one was pretty awesome because he's really smooth and like he's hitting on this dude's mom
Nice.
and he's just being like a really smooth guy, but you can tell there's something up with him. You can tell there's like something underneath there, and it turns out he's an evil vampire.
Oh.
He was in Horrible Bosses too.
Yeah, he was in
But you
Horrible
couldn't tell it was him.
Because he had all the
He had like a bunch of.
What role did he
facial
play?
stuff on him.
What role did huh?
He was.
He was one of the bosses.
Really?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was like
He was the bald one.
Yeah, but I was gonna say he was the bald one.
No kidding.
Right.
Yeah.
See, movie magic.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's the same thing going on with Mike Myers going on. When they put all that stuff on their face, you can't even really tell. Except for with Mike Myers, you can kind of tell.
I was gonna say Mike Myers. You can tell it's him.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's Mike Myers. Anyway, next story. Wonder Woman is now the highest grossing film in the DCEU. So at the time of me writing these show notes,
Nice.
the Wonder Woman
Damn,
movie recently
hold on,
surpassed.
so it beat Superman?
Yeah. So it recently surpassed the U.S. domestic gross of Batman v Superman's U.S. take of 330.36 million, with a take of 346.2 million. So this makes Wonder Woman now the highest grossing DCEU film in the United States. So while it's still behind Batman v Superman's worldwide gross of 872.7 million, Wonder Woman has managed to pull in 709.6 million globally so far. Additionally, it's been confirmed that Patty Jenkins, director of the film, I'm sorry, this is actually corrected. So Patty Jenkins, it was a rumor that she was going to be coming back to do the sequel, but she has since come back and said that she is not confirming that she's going to do that. So we're back to wondering whether or not she's going to be doing the sequel again. So what are your thoughts on currently working on the film is Jeff Johns, who's writing the story. He claims that he's writing it with Patty Jenkins, who's the director. So what are your thoughts on the apparently unstoppable box office juggernaut that is the Wonder Woman film? And what do you think this means for the DCEU going forward?
I think it's great. I mean, it was a really good movie. Ares still pisses me off, and his mustache. Off of that, honestly, if they just maybe shaved off his mustache, I would have been happy with that.
I think this is a really good save for like the whole franchise in general because Batman vs Superman killed it for everybody, and the Justice
Ben
League
Affleck
was
killed
not
it for
gonna.
everyone. Okay, Ben Affleck and the guy that played
I can't hear you.
Ben Affleck and the guy that played Lex Luthor.
So Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, I don't like him as Lex Luthor. He's a great actor, but not as Lex Luthor. Because again, he's supposed to be first off black, charming, a ladies' man. This is a guy that
Hey, when is Lex Luthor black?
half black.
When is he even half black? I thought
Justice
he's
League.
always been white.
No, he hasn't. Justice League.
What are you talking about?
Cartoon show Justice League.
I don't think that guy's
He was
half black.
He was definitely half black, Sean.
I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think he's just really tan.
Yeah, I think either your TV settings were off.
Yeah, I think your
No way,
TV,
dude.
I think your contrast is too dark on your TV settings.
No way, dude. Come on.
No, Justice League cartoon, animated Justice League, Lex Luthor is not half black. He is bald, and I will admit that he is incredibly tan.
He's not tan. He's half black.
He's like, he goes to the beach all the time because he's super
Look.
rich.
Look. Half black.
that dude is white.
He is half black.
That dude's white.
He is half black, man.
That's-
He just has a tan, man. You know he's rich, right?
Yeah, he goes to the beach
He
all
can
the
go
time.
anywhere
He has
wants.
this tan. He has this tan.
Let me see. Yeah, no, that's just a
That
really
is
good tan.
not a tan.
That's
man.
a tan.
Sean.
You were blacker than that guy.
Sean. Also, Luther,
What?
Lex,
That's not even spelled the right way.
LL,
No.
his initials.
No. Lex Luthor is not in any way, shape, or form related to
And
LL
look, that's
Cool
him
J.
with his brother.
That's not him with his brother.
I know, it's just another black guy.
That's
That was funny.
Jesus.
Look at the result.
So, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Wonder Woman definitely deserves it. And the thing that I'm most impressed with is that it took Batman v Superman like 12 weeks to get to $872 million all over the global, and it's only taken like what 4 for
Yeah.
Wonder Woman to get to 709. So, I mean, potentially Wonder Woman could make more money than Batman v
I
Superman.
mean, I see it. Because again,
mean-
you know, she's a great actress, and she stood alone. Batman and Superman had to have two heroes. Maybe what? How many heroes in their movie?
Yeah, they had her and Batman and Superman.
Yeah,
all three
but
of them were in there.
her standing by herself is amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty inspiring. I think that she's gotten this far this quickly. I mean, this movie's like continually making money every weekend. It's like most movies have like some kind of a drop off. Like I want to say somewhere like 50% to like 60% drop off or something along those lines. Like they're like from week to week. Like this movie like barely drops off. Like I think her drop off from like first week to like second week was like only 30 something percent, which isn't record breaking or anything, but it's like really surprising when you consider that most movies have a drop off of like somewhere 40 to 50%. And it's pretty much maintained every week is that her drop continues to be like
Damn, nice.
really low from week to week.
Yeah.
Like last week I think it was still making like over double-digit $1 million.
I mean, did you see too, like all the stuff that came out and merchandise that came out with the movie? I mean, Alex and Annie came out with their own line of jewelry for it. Her universe came out with a whole line of Wonder Woman clothes that they saw at Hot Topic.
I mean the merchandising
searched
alone,
up?
yeah.
Yeah,
That you tried on,
pretty much. Yeah,
that you role played with.
I bought a bunch of stuff.
Did you run around the backyard dressed as Wonder Woman?
She's just like, wee!
Hey guys, shield!
Oh wait, hold on. Also,
With
question.
yeah.
So she has her Wonder Woman suit and her sword and her shield.
Right?
How effective is her shield?
Well, I mean, it's bulletproof,
But like,
I would say that's pretty effective.
and it's apparently grenade proof.
no, I'm saying like, in comparison to her like wrist guards or whatever.
I'd say just as effective as the wrist guards. The only difference is that, like, the wrist guards is that she,
Immediately available.
yeah, like she always has one on them. But like when she goes into actual war, she's got the shield. I remember she like brought down like a wall with the shield. Like she jumped on the thing.
Okay. All right. Just a question. Thank you.
That sword apparently is useless though.
Really? Why?
Yeah, super useless.
I thought
Yeah.
she like cut off a piece of Doomsday's arm with the sword.
I don't think that was the same. That wasn't the same sword as the one from the movie.
Sword. That was the spear that they made from kryptonite.
No, the spear that they made from kryptonite wasn't used until the very end.
Yeah.
Did she cut his arm off?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I
she
can't
did.
remember now.
I don't remember if she
And
cut
then,
his arm off.
that's how he like his like bone.
Oh yeah, because he
molded
grew
into-
the bone thing
Yeah.
and he stabbed Superman with his bone.
Oh, well,
thing.
obviously it
Put his
wasn't
bone
effective
there.
because she just made him have a better weapon.
But I mean, at that point, nothing was effective.
I think maybe she could have probably cut his arm off with anything. Because she's.
Paper?
Because remember, the sword in the first movie wasn't
The
even
beauty.
the point.
Yeah,
It was her.
it was
Yeah.
her. She was the weapon.
So yeah, that sword. If we're going to talk about useless weapons, was useless.
Okay.
To the point where that was one of the things in Wonder Woman that I was laughing about was that the point where she kills the dude and she like impales the sword in him and leaves him on the roof, and then she goes down and talks to Professor Lupin about how man is doing all this to himself
Yeah.
and all that, but she left the sword on the roof.
Yeah.
She had to go back up and get it.
Yeah.
And, like she reaches for it, she's like, "Oh, I don't have my sword." And then there's that scene where she goes back up and gets it, and she like comes back down. I'm like, really? Was that necessary? Couldn't
Yeah.
you just had her, take the sword out
Yeah.
and put it back where?
No. We needed 2 more minutes. In
Yeah,
each
you know
of the
what?
movie,
Yeah.
okay?
So we really needed to see her forget the sword and just go back. Like I can see if like she forgot the sword and then they just start fighting.
Maybe just to show how useless it was. Like, nah.
Maybe, but I'm like, why? What
To
was the
show how
point of that?
forgetful she is. Her one weakness. She
Her one
forgets things
weakness is super forgetfulness.
everywhere. Yeah, there you go.
Like I just forget all my shit. I'll just leave my swords lying around places. All right, so next story, Marvel, Sony, and Spider-Man universe. So we're gonna talk about Spider-Man
That movie
pretty
was
much
great.
in general. But before we go into that, I wanted to bring this up because this is pretty interesting. So according to several news sources, there is some confusion between Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios on what role, if any, the Sony Pictures created future Spider-Man spin-off characters would have in the Disney-owned Marvel Cinematic Universe. So this confusion seems to have gone as far as some apparent miscommunication during an interview with Sony Pictures executives Amy Pascal and Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige. So when asked during an interview for the press tour of Spider-Man Homecoming If the upcoming Sony Pictures helmed Venom film and subsequently planned Silver and Black film, which features Silver Sable and Black Cat, would be part of the greater MCU that includes Iron Man, Captain America, and the other Avengers characters, Amy Pascal responded that they would in fact be a part of the Avengers universe, which apparently surprised Kevin Feige a great deal because just a week prior he had said that they would not be connected. So needless to say, speculation ran rampant among fans and pundits, all guessing that the statements by Pascal meant that some previously unknown plan between Marvel and Sony had just been spoiled ahead of time. However, less than a week later, Pascal responded and backtracked on her previous statement, saying that the Venom and Silver and Black films were standalone films, end quote, and that she compared them to Fox's X-Men franchise, meaning that they would not be in any way connected to the overarching Avengers MCU storyline. So what are your thoughts on Spider-Man related characters not being connected to the Spider-Man movies?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, in general, because Disney ended up taking... Oh, sorry. It makes a lot of sense because Disney ended up revamping the whole movie franchise anyways. They didn't bring back any of the original characters. They're trying to stray from that and make their own Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, these movies are going forward, though. So, you know, you got Venom, who is almost inextricably tied to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then you've got Black Cat and Silver Sable, who, you know, okay, they're characters in their own right, but, you know, they're kind of notorious for their relationship to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird to me that, you know, you're having these movies that are completely separate from Spider-Man, yet these characters are almost, you know, uniquely related to Spider-Man. Yeah, it's almost
Well,
a
they
package
didn't
deal.
tie the original villains. I mean, obviously, they could have picked any one of those for this new movie.
Natalie, women are seen, not heard.
Okay, so I mean, the Silver Sable and Black Cat film, fine. You know, I mean, I could see you maybe making something with that without Spider-Man being involved, or maybe if Spider-Man's only like just minimally involved. But Venom, I mean,
You gotta bring
Venom
Venom in.
exists primarily because of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how do
Yeah.
you make a Venom movie
Without
that's
that-
not
yeah.
related to
With
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
in any way? Like, what is that going to look like? What is
Agreed.
that even going to be?
Agreed upon.
Okay, that's about the only one I can see where it's like, you need Spider-Man with
Yeah.
that one.
I mean, so Tom Hardy is apparently going to play Venom. And Tom Hardy, you might remember from Batman Dark Knight Rises, he played Bane.
Ooh, good choice, man.
Nice. He's gonna play what?
So he's going to play
He's gonna
Venom.
play Venom.
Sweet. That's gonna be
So-
excellent.
I mean, it's good casting, but I'm just curious as to how they. What are your theory? How do you think they can do that? How do you think they pull that off?
I think he's just gonna make a cameo, like maybe a quick 2-second.
So you think Spider-Man's
Yeah.
going to actually be in the movie?
I think he's gonna be in it for like maybe 2 seconds. This is how Venom's born, and then you just follow the storyline from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would
So
be good.
what, like-
that would make sense.
So maybe like what, like with like the beginning of Spider-Man 2, where they had those pictures explaining Spider-Man 1,
Pretty much.
and it's basically just gonna be, oh, Spider-Man, ooh, I'm wearing the super black suit, and then ooh, no, it's not, it's
Okay,
away
yeah,
from me.
yeah.
So that kind of situation, or
That's where I see it going. Where somehow you guys are right. At least for Venom, you need to make somehow Spider-Man jump in there real quick.
I mean,
Yeah.
because his powers are pretty much directly pulled from,
From Spider-Man.
His
His
design is
form,
too.
his
His
design,
Design
yeah,
is
everything
pulled
about
from
him.
Spider-Man. Everything about him. He's
Yeah.
basically Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But you know,
Evil.
yeah, evil. He's basically evil Spider-Man. So apparently, the Venom is going to be obviously the hero in the Venom movie, and Carnage is going to be the villain in the Venom movie, which I think is interesting because it looks like, you know, a serial killer with the powers of Venom, you know, with the powers of a Venom symbiote. So that's interesting. That's like, you know, what would the Joker do with superpowers, almost, essentially.
Be unstoppable.
Yeah. Whoop
So-
Batman's ass.
So I found that curious, but I'm not on board with it. I think Sony should just, you know, stop and just let Spider-Man
Be
run
in
its
it.
course and then figure out what they're
Okay,
going to do
yeah.
afterward. I really feel like them trying to work outside of working with Marvel is not working for them, and they really need to stop doing it because every time they try, they just fail. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 1 was
I
disappointing,
hated it.
and Amazing Spider-Man 2 was
Terrible.
uh,
They both bad.
I mean, a lot of people don't like it. I mean, I personally thought they were okay, but
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think they were bad movies.
Nope,
I just thought they were just disappointing. They
Yeah,
weren't-
like I'd watch it on Netflix.
yeah, I don't know if I would watch either of those movies again, but you know, we're gonna talk about Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming.
It was
the
the
movie.
best. I liked it a lot.
I thought this was possibly the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Even when you talk, like, because Tobey Maguire sucks. And I
He
want
did
that on the
not
record.
suck.
Tobey Maguire is the worst actor on the face of the human.
I
on the
liked
face of
him in
human race.
Spider, but you know what? I was also a kid watching it, so I was just like, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool
Yeah.
back then. Like I can't even remember when it took place. I think it was like 2001, 2002.
I like Mary Jane as. I don't like her
yeah.
very much.
I mean, yeah, Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane is garbage. Tobey Maguire is complete and utter garbage as a human being.
He is not.
There's
well,
nothing good
possibly as
about
a human
anything
being.
he is or anything he's ever
The
done.
thing is, I thought he was a good Spider-Man at first, but then, like, you know, as the movies kept going, I was
That
like,
was like kinda chubby.
whiny. I hate him so much because
but
he's so
that's
whiny.
Spider-Man, though. But that's why I think that this new kid did great. I mean, weak,
Yeah.
pathetic,
But still,
shy.
like,
I mean,
stand up for himself.
Yeah, I mean, that makes
somewhat.
sense because he's a kid, though. You know, I mean, Tobey Maguire's a grown ass man.
Oh, that's true.
And
Weak, pathetic, shy.
he's weak, pathetic, and it's, you know. But I mean, Spider-Man, you know, he might act like that, but he's got strong. He's super strong. I mean, you saw him lift that thing off of
I
his
can do
back.
the same thing. So
That was so dope.
that was dope.
That was like the dopest
I'm
scene.
so happy
like,
that-
I really felt that scene when he was like, when like he takes the mask off and he's under all that rubble and stuff, and then like he sees the mask and it's like half his mask, half his face.
Wait, so there's not gonna be an Uncle Ben?
No, there was an Uncle
There
Ben. He's
was.
already dead.
This is already the storyline.
This is after that.
I like how they introduced MJ though.
Yeah.
she had
oh,
no
she's so
role in it
hilarious too.
whatsoever.
It's like she flicked them off with Homecoming.
Oh, yeah.
But
That
you-
was the
Yeah.
best.
You can tell
She's
she
wifey
likes him.
material though. She
You
is.
can tell she
At the
likes
end-
him too, though.
but more so towards the end.
Yeah.
Like they make it obvious in that. But no, she's wifey material, man. Flicking you off, like that's wonderful.
So you appreciate abusive relationships. Okay. Well, so
no,
now we know that.
No, it's not abusive. She did it in a joking manner.
So what you're saying is that when you get home, your wife likes to pour hot molten wax on your balls.
You know what? I'm not gonna talk about what we do in the bed, okay? Please.
My wife's gonna get mad.
Excuse me.
So
You know what, maybe
so next time I text you, the reason you don't answer is because you're literally handcuffed to the bed,
fuzzy handcuffs.
fuzzy handcuffs to the bed
He's sensitive.
while you're getting hot liquid wax poured all over you. Okay, so now we know that about Carlos. Everyone, Carlos enjoys the BDSM. So if you ever want to get with Carlos, you know, if
I
it
know,
doesn't work
like-
out with his wife, you know, you can call him and, you know, just make sure to bring the fuzzy handcuffs and
Bring
you know,
fuzzy bring your share,
make sure you bring
pair of toys.
fuzzy handcuffs and make sure you also bring
Whip.
all of your whips and spanking materials
There you go.
so that you can, you know, get with Carlos.
The
'Cause that's
safety
what
word
Carlos
is
is down
banana.
with.
But did you notice throughout the entire movie though that everybody was also trying to, you know, share their banana with his aunt?
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah. You know, she was pretty hot.
she was hot.
She was.
She's super hot. I mean, like when that guy showed up with the
With the
sticky
rice
rice,
pudding?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
rice pudding. He's
Sticky
like,
rice,
I
yeah.
think he wants to give you his
Oh,
whatever she was
Oh,
talking.
yeah.
he loves you.
Yeah, he
He
Lord.
lorbs
Lord.
you. I think he lorbs you.
Yeah. Like everyone was just constant. Even
Tony
Tony Stark.
Even Tony Stark in the limo. He was
was
like,
like-
"What are you wearing? I hope it's something skimpy."
Yeah.
No, when he was buying the sandwich, how's your hot Italian
Oh yeah.
He's like,
yeah. And
"She's
then,
a hot
no,
Italian."
he says it. I think in Greek, right?
or something? I
Some
can't-
other
Some-
language.
I think it was
Yeah, he
Spanish,
has-
I don't know. It was like-
no, Italian.
Italian,
He says
yeah,
it
he
in
said
Italian.
Italian.
He has a hot Italian mom or
Hot
aunt.
Italian aunt,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
she's a
then
hot Italian
he didn't
woman.
think he understands her, and he goes right
Yeah,
back
how's your
outside. How's your daughter? That was hilarious.
That was
though.
good.
That was-
I like that. It shows that he's like smart. And he's like clever. And he's like
Yeah.
really quick.
Super smart. You know what? You know what? I did not understand though. The bully in the show was the other guy that was a nerd.
Well, that's what I liked about the whole movie is that they actually portrayed that like nowadays it's actually cool to be smart. It's
Yeah.
not. It's no longer jock versus like bully.
Yeah, it's not
or
jocks.
anything like
Jocks
that.
aren't the bullies anymore.
The whole school
I
was
think-
just
I
dedicated
think-
Bullies
to
are just-
education.
I think
Yeah.
as someone that was in high school,
Yeah.
I think as someone that was in high school just a few years ago compared to a decade ago, 2 decades ago, I would know more about this. And no, I mean like,
It wasn't that long ago.
yeah, okay.
Maybe
No,
it
it's not. It's not like that.
God,
They're still jocks. They're still
Yeah.
most of them are still dumbasses.
Well,
And
no,
as,
I mean-
as someone that literally just sat and observed and tried to fall asleep in class, intelligence matters more for females.
Well,
Not
maybe,
necessarily
but
for guys.
I think
Still
that
for guys.
I think that bullying is kind of like escalated, or not necessarily escalated, but evolved from what we knew, like a long time, like, you know, years and years ago. Like, it's not just, you know, even when I was in high school, bullying was different than it was, you know, the way it was depicted in like the original Spider-Man film. Like the original Spider-Man film, it's like this big hulking, you know, jock that looks like he's 25 years old.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Picking on Spider-Man. But like that's not what bullying was. Even when I was in high school, bullying was just, you know, some dude being a jerk just because he can, for no reason.
Yeah, but if you look at it throughout the entire movie, it was, oh, hey, we're on the debate team, or the kid that was knocking on the glass, chess team, we're doing chess.
Yeah.
You know what I very much enjoyed though? That none of them looked like they were 30.
Oh, they all look like kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, thank goodness, man. Because Jesus H. Christ, I'm tired of these like 25-year-old buffed up guys like, damn, man, you weren't in high school. You're not in high school.
What did you think about the ending, though? Because at first I was like, yeah, that's got to be a test. And then when they're like...
No, I didn't think it was a test, but I thought it
Yeah,
was
no, I didn't. I was
hilarious
like 100% sure it wasn't a test, especially when he was like, "Was this a test?" And Tony was like, "Yeah, of course it was a test." I was like, "No, it wasn't a test."
Yeah,
like you've got to open the door. There's going to be like a whole bunch of press on the other side of the door. I wasn't expecting Gwyneth Paltrow to show up though.
Why?
That was interesting, because like she hasn't been in the movies since like Iron Man 3, and then there was in Civil War where they were talking about how he and
that's true.
Pepper Potts broke up.
But now he's pulling out a ring.
Yeah.
The ring that guy's been holding since 2008.
Yeah, he's like, you've been holding this since 2008. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting her. You know what I wasn't really expecting was Michael Keaton being that girl's dad.
Oh, yeah, I didn't expect
But
that.
you know, it makes
See
sense.
that coming at all.
It makes sense in the sense that it's a freaking lavish house that they're living in.
Yeah.
And this guy's making a shit ton of money. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was like,
like
damn.
he opened the door and I was like, what the?
Yeah.
I was like, especially like there was a rumor going around before the movie that somebody had like released this spoiler that Michael Keaton was going to be the other girl's dad.
MJ's?
Yeah, the one who turned out to be MJ, like he was going to be her dad. And that was the big deal because there was a lot of talk about that she was going to be Mary Jane, and then like they were like, no, she's not going to be Mary Jane. She's going to be somebody called Michelle, and then like everybody shut up because she's not actually going to be Mary Jane. Now it turns out she actually is Mary Jane. But then, I think in order to shut them up, they released this fake spoiler that Vulture was going to be her dad. So I was like,
damn, what is it with Peter just picking these girls with serious dad?
well, yeah, I was like, holy crap, I did not
My
see that
dad's a
coming.
super villain.
I was like, that was really interesting. I thought that
So
was.
we can do A, no.
Oh God, I thought, and then it really kind of humanized him to a degree too, because it's like.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
because like he's talking about, you saved my daughter's life, so I'm gonna give you this pass, and he's like,
He was a real asshole about it.
Yeah.
Like I was like right there in the car, I've been like, hey, you know, you don't gotta be a dick about everything.
yeah. But then even at the end, like I don't know if you guys stayed till the after
Yeah,
the
yeah,
credits
yeah.
thing. So he had an opportunity to give him up, but he
Exactly.
didn't.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty that
That was
shows
good.
that he's not
He's not
necessarily
an evil person.
Yeah, he's not evil.
Because he did start off with using these using the alien technology as weapons. Once he got screwed over,
Yeah.
he took out a second mortgage in his house.
Yeah.
He took out a bunch of loans to get trucks and hire men to.
Yeah,
help
he
clean
was
up.
trying to do things legit.
Although I'm sure, like, if like he would have told Tony Stark about it, being the not asshole that Tony Stark is, he probably would have just paid off.
I don't think so. I think Tony Stark would have thought that he would just do what he ended up doing.
What do you mean?
Like I think Tony Stark would have probably been like this, like we can't have
from
regular
the get
people.
go. From the get go, be like, look, I was hired to do this. I took out a bunch of loans as a supposed philanthropist, which Tony Stark says he is. Can you help me out?
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
now
but
I'm gonna
then
lose everything.
but Tony Stark doesn't think about people.
Yeah, he does.
Like, and not at that point.
He had a weapons company, and then he stopped selling weapons after he realized what his weapons were doing.
Yeah, and then he built the worst one that almost destroyed the entire planet by dropping a city
It was
into it.
meant for good.
And then he made Ultron.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking
He
about.
was
That's what I'm
also
talking about
meant for
Ultron.
good.
Yeah, but think about that. He created these things without thinking about the consequences of it. He's not.
I'm sure he did. He just like sometimes he make mistakes, Sean. Dang, he's Robert Downey Jr. Get off his back.
But he's like he's doing these things that have literally earth-shattering consequences, and he's not thinking about it. So yeah, but like I like the fact that it like Michael Keaton or Vulture character was just kind of like really a lot more human, and he wasn't evil. He was just some guy who was trying to do right by his family, and he was screwed over.
Yeah.
And now he's like he was trying to do right legitimately, and now he has to turn to like illegitimate means to do right by his family. So I thought that was pretty interesting. There's a lot speaking towards a lot of what's going on today in the world. So I hope the right people are listening to this message.
Do right.
Do right.
But if you get screwed over, it's okay.
If
Is
you
that the
screw us over,
message?
no, if you screw us over, we might come for you. We might build giant bird-like suits and come steal your plane.
Yeah.
Well, at the ending
Donald.
scene when he runs into that other guy that was in jail.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Also,
Well, no, what I'm
who
saying
was
is
that
he's
guy?
gonna become.
That was a scorpion.
He's gonna become Scorpion.
Yeah,
Because of the. Did you see the tattoo?
he had
on
the
his
scorpion
neck?
tattoo
Yeah,
on his
but
neck.
who was that guy?
Matt Gargan.
Like,
No,
but,
but he's asking
who
what
was
he
he
was
in the movie?
Like he was the guy. Like okay,
Was he from the ATM?
no, he was from the boat. Remember they were trying to sell weapons to a guy on the boat.
Okay.
And Spider-Man broke
Thank
it
you.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the guy.
But he's gonna become Scorpion.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but he's gonna be Scorpion. I thought that was nice. That was a nice little Easter egg. The whole plot, it was really good. It was really well done. I think as far as if I'm gonna compare this one to other superhero movies that come out, it's probably the second best. You know what? No, I'd say third best. Because I'd say, Guardians of the Galaxy is the best movie I've seen, superhero movie wise.
Oh yeah, man.
This year.
One. Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
No, I'm talking about this year, just this
Oh.
year. So Guardians Volume 2 is the best one I've seen this year, followed by Logan, followed by Spider-Man, followed by Wonder Woman.
Now I'm gonna say Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy.
For me, it's gonna be Spider-Man.
I think Wonder Woman.
Logan, Wonder Woman, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think Wonder Woman and Spider-Man impressed me about the same, but I think Spider-Man just executed better.
I mean, he was just so pure, though. It was so cute to just see that. Yeah, you're a 14-year-old kid because you want people to be impressed with you.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to make everybody proud.
Yeah, he was working really hard to do it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. So, but yeah, overall, really good movie. I recommend it.
Great movie.
Best movie ever.
It was really good.
It was funny.
Best
Yeah,
Spider-Man
It was
movie.
hilarious.
It's a lot
That
of
was
funny.
the best part about it. It's like action packed and like you're cracking up throughout like random parts.
Yeah,
of the
like
movie.
the end of it when
Yeah.
his aunt.
Oh yeah, when
sees
he
him in
asked,
the
"What
suit.
the?"
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the thing that I'm like, I was hoping that one of the after credit scenes would deal with that, because I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what this is gonna mean, because now she knows he's Spider-Man. It's like but she's technically still his guardian, because he's only like 15 years
Yeah,
old.
that's true.
So what's
Yeah.
that gonna mean? Like now that she knows, like typically, like in the comic books, it's like when she finds out he's Spider-Man, he's a grown ass man.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. She can't stop him. But now she technically can stop him because she's his guardian.
And remember, he said in the beginning of the film, if she finds out, she's not going to let me do this. She's going to freak
Yeah.
out.
So I'm like, what is that gonna mean, and how is that gonna what is that gonna affect? Like, how is he gonna, what's gonna happen that lets her let him be Spider-Man?
Well,
Or is
remember,
she
too,
even gonna
he
be
kind-
there to let him be
He kind
Spider-Man?
of glossed over what happened to her because he was like, remember, he was telling his friend, like, yeah, she's been through a lot.
Well, I mean, she lost her husband.
Well, maybe they're just gonna like recap on that in the next movie too, as
Yeah.
they talk about her past.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about Ben and now
Yeah.
he died, maybe.
Oh, and how he was before Tony Stark. 'Cause
What?
He had a whole suit before Tony Stark. He had a whole suit before Tony Stark, so I'm assuming they'll.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was another interesting Easter egg, is that his suit was kind of like a version of Scarlet Spider suit. That was interesting because it was basically just a hoodie
Yeah.
with like blue underoos or whatever.
I love that he was filming himself on his iPhone. Or
Yeah,
on his
the whole
phone
time he was-
The entire time.
The entire time, it's like, whoa, look at this suit Tony Stark built me. He's like, whoa, okay, I was fighting Captain America, and then I stole his shield, and then, oh god, that guy's big.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was good. All right, so it looks like that's the show for this week. Thanks you for tuning in to another episode of Just Catching Up. This is a show where three or more friends gather around a table and just catch up, brought to you by the Jump Drive Minds. Again, I've been your host, Sean, aka the Alternative President, and you can find me on Twitter at SeanAllPotus35. Also, if you want to find other episodes of this show or any other fine programming from any of us here at Jump Drive Minds, you can find us on YouTube at Jump Drive Minds, on Twitter at Jump Minds, or on Facebook at facebook.com/Jump Drive Minds, all one word. Also, if you like our content and would like to help support us and help us in making more and different shows and the like, please feel free to visit patreon.com/jumpdriveminds and throw us a couple of bucks. Your support means the whole world to the whole crew. Again, I want to thank you for listening, and remember, don't forget your keys. Good night, everybody.